Hi there, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 16th of January 2022. Welcome to video number 314. So have you ever thought about it? Why people who are studying creativity say that it's hard to be creative when you're in fight or flight mode? Why do they say that it's almost impossible to even think and have common sense, not even mentioning looking at things from a long-term perspective when you're just trying to survive? You see, it explains a lot such things like Dan Pena when he says that poverty is root of all evil. Because when you're trying to survive, when you're trying to save your life because of the circumstance that you find yourself in, it's really hard to have capacity to think long-term or be creative. You see, I want to take this kind of understanding and put it in context of relationships, especially for us guys. That's going to be important because many times, see, we think that it's impossible to change things, but I want to prove you wrong. You see, look how do we react as people in general when we're in this fight or flight mode? Whether you're a girl, whether you're a guy, at the end of the day, everything looks the same way. We're gonna fight to survive. Guys are much more prone to coin their pain into anger and violence. Ladies are much faster going to tears. But if you push anyone against the wall, we're just gonna fight just because we will need to survive. But when you look at the positive, when you look at someone who is okay or someone who is even better when we are happy, then you'll see that everything changes and you can see complete difference in how we react to those things as genders. Because then you'll start to see that as guys, we're getting insanely different. Its changes are completely. If you have a guy, if you ever seen like your friend falling in love, that's an awesome example because you can see it from a third-person perspective. You'll see that this guy changes completely. This idiot, he was sitting in the armchair or on the sofa playing games or watching games with the beer in his hand for the last 5 years. Now, for some apparent reason, he's a poet. This idiot is writing poetry. What? This guy is singing songs. He's playing an instrument. It's amazing to see that it changes us. And in our situation as guys, it makes us amazingly bold. Because now we are ready to flip the world upside down and inside out just to make something happen for our girl. Just to prove that we love her. We're getting bold. We're getting creative. It changes everything. And interestingly enough, it even changes the like normal mundane things that we do each day. Because now cleaning apartment, not a problem. Whether she's coming or not, I'm gonna do it anyway. Why? Because now I'm happy. And it's fascinating to see that it makes us all masculine, which our ladies love. But when you look at them, it changes them as well, because then you will see that she is becoming more feminine. Now she's wearing different clothes, more colors. It just shows how much she changed and where she is in her mind and in her heart. Now you start to see that she smiles more. It's much easier to talk to her. She's not so miserable all the time. Now she's blooming. Now she's radiating. It's amazing to see how she's becoming more feminine, because now there's not a problem to do some things that she would say that it's chauvinistic or whatever. Now she's not having issues to cook for you. Now she's gonna clean with a smile on her face. It's like, how's that possible? The same thing. Now she's happy, and then when she's gonna get creative, you're gonna be surprised how far she's gonna go. Just because she is happy and she loves him in this example, and how she will change completely. So you see, The only one thing that changes is your perspective. Only one thing that changes the baseline. It shows the difference in between our genders, and not going there, but just as a side note, if you watch the videos about feminism, about red pill or MGTOW, you'll start to see that understanding this rule, how it works, you can see that people are talking out of pain, out of hurt. And if you just say whatever you want to say, and you're becoming, you try to fight the other side, nothing good is going to come out of it. Because the energy you bring, the energy you're going to get. That's that simple. So that's why at the end of the day we want to be together, but how do you want to be happy if you're trying to fight the other side and prove that they're wrong? That's why this is what I'm trying to do, just give you a better perspective, give you a better understanding that all of this is a mind game. You just need to understand that if you start from this pain or from this misery standpoint, everything's going to stay the same or even get worse. But at the place of darkness that you might find yourself in right now, if you start to look at those things which are small, which are happy, which are kind of based on trying to find this happiness in the person that you're with, you start to see that everything is going to change. And let me give you an example, because that was kind of the reason why I'm even recording those videos. I met with one of my friends. I haven't seen her for a long time. And we spent just a few days talking to each other and just kind of, I don't know, renewing the friendship, I guess. And unfortunately, she's divorced right now. And it's still something that still brings pain, I think, to her. That's, you can see, but let me get to the story. We were talking, and I tried to find a way just to help, if I even possible, in this particular situation. And I asked her once, listen, tell me about what are the things, what are the characteristics, or what was in this guy that you even fall in love with him, that you like the guy. And she told me, he's very intelligent, he has this great sense of humor, and I loved talking to him. I spent hours talking to that guy. And I looked at her, and even though she was with me in that room talking with me, I saw in her face that she was somewhere else, not here. And I saw this smile on her face. I know that she was in this great place when she remembered the hours that she talked with the guy. I've seen her happy in that moment. And then she said, and then she added something negative about, something that happened weeks ago or something. And I said to myself, this is still there. The feelings and the pain that comes out of this conversation shows that she is still going through this. And that was even her kind of conclusion, that she has to defend herself by saying something negative. It's so hard to talk about positive because it hurts so much. But that's a subject for another video, I guess. But the next day, I guess, we were sitting in the kitchen, and she did something interesting that was something amazing. She was basically preparing some food or something, and she turned from one side of the table to the other side of the kitchen. I don't know why. I think she was comfortable and having a great time with me and other friends that were there a day ago or something, and she turned like she was dancing. And in this like a very short amount of time, I saw smile on her face and movement of her body, and I felt, wow, I think this is how it looks like when she's happy. And that was amazing to see. And you know what was the first thought that went through my head? I said, I would do a lot for this guy to see that. Because I am almost sure that if he will see that, I'll tell him, bro, there's so much more of that in her. Because if she was able to be comfortable with me, someone who is just there for a few minutes, a friend who is just a blip on her timeline. You've been with her so long. She loved you. She's still there. Do whatever you can to bring this happiness out of her. I don't know. It was something. I remember that for a long time. Because now when you understand how it works, that everything starts from your perspective, now you understand that you can take this. You can bring this happiness out of someone. And especially for us guys, that's going to be so important, because many times if you look at someone who was able to rebuild their relationship, you'll start to see that for someone it takes a month, for someone it takes a year or two. But if they're patient, they can do this just because they're coming out of love, because they want this thing to come back. They want her, this girl that he was in love with, and being patiently working on it, he was able to get her back. And I've seen that not once, not twice. That's why I want you to kind of, I don't know, get this understanding and do something about it. I'm gonna make it so easy. Exactly as I asked her, just take a piece of paper and write down 3 things that you love about your girl. And write down 3 situations, each for each characteristic, and see what you really love in her. And then if your relationship is in the right place that you can do this together, for the love of God, please do. Because then when you write this thing down and say what do you appreciate about the other side, and be able to forget about anything else, just ask for those 3 things. And give those 3 things what she told you about. Tell me that it's not going to change everything. Firstly, you're going to start from a loving perspective, because you're going to do something that you know that she appreciated, that she loved, and she cherished so much until today. And when it's going to come back to you, you will start to see that it's going to change everything for you as well. Because you see, this is what I want you to take from this video. Everything starts here, in your own head. If you start from a perspective of pain and misery, it is exactly what you're going to bring. You're going to bring this downward spiral over and over until everything's going to be completely destroyed. But as with this creativity, if you decide to be okay, decide to concentrate on the positive things, on the things that you cherish in her, and tell her, listen, I remember when we did this or that. Do you remember when you or we were here or there? I've seen you so happy there. I want more of it. What can I do for you to get there? What can I do for you to feel like this again? If you are going to make this out of love, there's no way it's not going to change. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in a week, in a month, you're going to see a completely different person. Because you're going to try to bring out this person that you fall in love with. Listen, think about it and do something about it. Because it's easy to be miserable, but it's worth to be happy. If you like this video, like, share, comment. If you didn't, comment as well. Tell me what you think and what's your experience. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, just give me a shout. I'll be glad to talk about it for you. And that being said, see you in the next video.